Hello Internet, the American gentleman here. Here today to bring you another video about the man, the myth, the legend, evil incarnate, Charles Manson. To find out if he should be locked up for 1,000 years like Satan, or if he was in fact just a gang-banging OG. Was Charlie thuggin'? We'll find out. Recently, there has been a new trend amongst teenagers and grown men to worship rap stars as their idol. But it's not enough for them to have a rapper that just raps. No, they need a rapper who lives the real life. Nothing else will do. And for those of you who need to listen to a straight murderer, like Straight Drop or even King Von, well, you're in luck. You just might have met your spirit OG. Now, to see if Mr. Manson qualifies, you need to have certain things to be an OG. First off, let's look. Does Charlie come from the streets? Did he grow up in the hood? As a matter of fact, Charlie has been in and out of prison since before he was even a teenager. He had stole cars and fled states and held up people at gunpoint as a teenager several times, and sentenced to do numerous amounts of time between multiple states. As a teenager, Manson's first time in boys' home was real hard. He expressed that he was raped by several older boys multiple times during his stays in boys' homes. But don't you worry, just a few years later, Manson could stand up for himself, and it wasn't long until he found his first boy to rape. Manson was actually caught raping a boy at knife point. Manson, in his time in boys' homes, had raped several times more, leading the boys' homes to label him as a violent homosexual. He recalls when he was 9, he set the school on fire and was placed in a boys' home by the age of 13. Ironically, in Terre Haute, Indiana, the same place Straight Drop was caught. Next up, did Manson have a street name? Believe it or not, Manson is his street name. That is actually his stepfather's name. Fun fact, his dad was Colonel Walker Henderson Scott Sr., but his dad was no colonel. He was just born with the given name Colonel, but was a known con artist and tried to pass himself off as a military colonel. And when Manson was born, he even told his wife he had to go off on official military business. Manson was given the same last name as his mother, Maddox. Next, does Manson have any face tattoos? Oh, you betcha. Matter of fact, his face tattoo is so famous, everyone knows what it is from the Third Reich. You think you got beef on the streets? How does genocide compare? How about drugs? Oh yeah, Manson had plenty of drugs. He loved drugs, sold drugs, and promoted drugs any chance he got, especially the kinds of the psychedelic variety. He wanted to expand his mind, man, while he blew yours. What about hoes? Manson may have had the drugs and the troubled past, but does he have the ladies? Hell yeah. He had a harem cult full of ladies who would follow him around, and they would even kill for him. They not only killed for him, they also interrogated witnesses, robbed for him, and anything else he would need. You need her to go sleep with your friend, Manson? That's no problem. She will do whatever you say. Okay, he's got the drugs and the hoes, but does he have a catchphrase? Oh, you bet he does. Helter Skelter. Oh yeah. John Lennon himself, straight from the Beatles, spoke these words straight into Manson's cranium before he was even born. They love writing it on the walls, especially in blood. Now that's some poo shiesty, get it back in blood. How about an album? You bet! This man was spitting bars before you were even born. And not only has this man graced us with an album, you've heard of Nirvana Unplugged, How about Charles Manson Unplugged? Okay, so he might have an album out, but that don't mean he's cool with the other artists, the other rappers of his time. That don't mean that he was accepted, right? Wrong. This man hung out with the Beach Boys. Drugs and hoes with the Beach Boys. He even wrote a song that the Beach Boys took and performed because they loved it so much. He was out here in this industry making waves. Okay, this man's got the troubled past, the tattoos, the hoes, the drugs, the album, the musical friends. But does this man have a gang? Does he represent? Well, it turns out this man was straight gangster and had involved himself with the biker gang Straight Satan. Yeah, you heard that right, Straight Satan. And they was selling the drugs and the hoes up the East Coast. So this man may have had a gang, but was he really bout it? Did he really have the bodies? Well, officially, on the record, one thing is certain, we do know this man has 5 bodies. But also there's another 12 unsolved murders just around the LA area alone. How many did this man kill? No one may know the depths of his violence. So what's the point of this video? If all you guys really want to do is listen to some straight killers, well, I've just gave you a new favorite one to listen to. Oh yeah. Go ahead and download the album off of YouTube right now. And next time you and your homies gather, you better bump this shit. And tell them the shit they pumping is gay. Straight drop who? Straight drop's a straight sucker compared to Manson. But in all reality, don't be an idiot and worship rappers. Especially ones with no regard for human life. Cause they don't care about you, and only thing you're doing is feeding the beast. Taking money out of a respectable person's hand and putting it in someone who doesn't deserve it. A con artist. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you understand the point. Much love, and until next time, don't forget to be good on your way to becoming great. Like and subscribe.
Out through the paratroopers in Arizona highways. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That's my daddy too, you know. But then you keep coming back telling me I'm less than an American because I don't, and I've already whipped everybody 3 times. I don't have any problems with anybody. You got me on PC, won't accept my word. I was Judge Older. He was Charles Manson. I'm Judge Older. I'm Tiger Man in the zoo in San Diego. I ride a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle in LA. A bunch of straight Satans call themselves devils. Say they're get down. Say they got the money over on another edge of town. They got the Beach Boys tied up in their contracts. You can't get into the real estate because Pasadena is a submarine that's run by Jody Hoover, who's over in the chapel, who comes from Colombia with the drug cartel, saying he got money with 2 guns and he taking that pussy. I blew him to hell. It's that simple. Ring the bell. Ding along, sing along. Mitch Miller, the movies. I'm Bing Crosby, hard as a hobo, loves to roam in fields of clover. I'm Gene Autry. I'm all those guys. I'm another children. I'm down a wave or 2 up underneath you. What you're doing, you're over flying with the eagles and the fathers of great lands, but I'm king on other wings and baddest motherfucker that ever did live. I'm terrible. Adolf Hitler was a little biology girl in the class over there at the University of Southern California. That's where the big eagles fly. Yeah, I know Fort MacArthur. I know Fort MacArthur. Chain of command. I understand.
Are you responsible for these murders?
I'm responsible for life itself. If God were to wake one Greek Apollo through the sky in those satellites, I've been watching them ever since Terminal Island in the diamond mines of, what's his name? Jomo Kenyatta, Malma, Remember him? I was in prison with him.